Hello everyone, this is Teacher Juvie and I will be your guide for today's lesson.
For this week, we will discuss analyzing and problem solving involving experimental probability. Start the lesson by analyzing this given situation. When a cube with letters S, E, N, S, E, and S on its faces is tossed once, there are 6 total outcomes and the possible outcomes are 3S, 2E, and an N. We could also say that the probability of tossing each letter is, so let's first get the probability of tossing S. So, sa pagkuha ng probability or theoretical probability, ang gagawin lang natin is we will get the ratio of favorable outcomes over the total possible outcomes. Okay, so from this, we have 3S, diba? Dun sa letters na S, E, N, S, E, S. So, meron tayong makukuhang 3 na S. Then, i-over natin siya sa total possible outcomes, which is 6. Then, we will now have 3, 6. Then, don't forget to reduce your final answer sa lowest term, so we will get 1/2. So, the probability of tossing S is 1/2 or 50%. So, what is the probability of tossing an E? So, again, kukunin lang natin yung ratio ng favorable outcomes over dun sa total possible outcomes. So, yung favorable outcomes natin ay 2 E. Diba? Over 6 kasi yun yung ating possible outcome. So, 2 over 6, i-reduce natin sa lowest term, we will get 1/3. So, the probability of tossing an E is 1/3. So, what is the probability of tossing N? Okay, so again, we will get the ratio between the favorable outcomes of N over the total possible outcomes. So, dun sa mga letters na S-E-N, S-E-S, so may isa tayong N na makukuha. Therefore, the probability of tossing N is 1/6. Okay, so let's have another situation. Faye rolls 2 dice 100 times and records the sum of the numbers on the top faces. So, the results are shown below. So, si Faye, nag-roll siya ng 2 dice and ito yung naging resulta ng kanyang pagro-roll ng dice ng 100 times. So, the outcomes, ito yung mga possible outcomes. We have 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Then, the number of times it happened is, so, nakikita nyo naman yung frequencies per outcomes. Okay, so to solve, the first step is to understand the problem. So, we have to understand the problem by knowing what is asked. So, the questions are, which sum occurred least often? Which sum occurred most often? What is the experimental probability of getting a sum less than 5? Then, again, we have to know or determine the given facts. So, the result of Faye's experiment as shown in the table. So, makikita natin yung mga facts dun sa ginawang table ni Faye o dun sa resulta ng kanyang ginawang experiment. Okay, so, let's proceed on the second step, which is to plan what to do. So, sa pagpaplano, what strategy can we use to solve the problem? So, we think of a strategy. So, analyzing the given situation and applying the formula could help us solve the problem. So, that can be the strategy that we can use to solve the problem. The third step is to solve. So, dun sa unang tanong, dun sa ating what is asked, so based on the table given, it is evident that the sum which occurred least often is 2 since it only happened twice. So, yung outcome na pinaka-least na lalabas is yung outcome na 2. Dahil ang kanyang frequency or yung number of times na lumabas yung ganong event is only 2 or twice lang siya lumabas. So based on the table, it is recorded that the sum which occurred most often is 8 since it happened 17 times. So 17 times nag-appear yung sum na 8, therefore, yung ating outcome na may pinakamaraming times na nag-appear is yung 8. For the third question, out of 100 trials, a sum less than 5 happened 12 times. So, paano nangyari yon? So, again, based dito sa table natin, ano-ano bang outcome ang less than 5? So, we have 2, 3, 4, diba? So, i-add lang natin yung number of times na it happened. So, 2 plus 4 plus 6. So, that is 12. I-over natin dun sa number of trials. So, we have 12 over 100. And, ilo-lowest term natin. So, we will get 3 over 25. So, that is the experimental probability that a sum less than 5 happened. Okay, so we have to state our final answer. The experimental probability of getting a sum less than 5 is 3 over 25. And for the last step, which is to check, analyzing the situation given and applying the formula properly will make our answer correct. So we can also check our answer by working backwards. Okay, so let's have another situation. The table below shows the results of a card experiment. Each time a card was picked, it was returned to the bag. So, ito yung card experiment na ginawa. So, yung mga outcomes are pink, yellow, tsaka purple. Then, yung number of times na lumabas or nakuha yung mga colors na yon, yung pink is 15 times, yung yellow ay 10 times, and yung purple ay 5 times. So, these are the questions that we need to answer. So, number 1, how many trials of picking a card were made? The number 2, how many times was pink card picked? And number 3, what is the experimental probability of picking a purple card? Para ma-solve natin yung problem, so dadaan tayo dun sa 4-step process. So the first step is to understand the problem by knowing what is asked. So, kung ano yung tinatanong dun sa problem, ilalagay lang natin dito. So, we are looking for the number of trials made by picking a card, the number of times the pink card was picked, and the experimental probability of picking a purple card. Then, under ulit ng understand is yung i-determine natin yung mga given facts. So, we have 15 pink cards, 10 yellow cards, and 5 purple cards. So, these facts are shown in the table. Proceed na tayo sa second step na planning. So, we have to plan the strategy that we can use to solve the problem. So, we can conduct the experiment of picking a card, returning it to the bag, and recording the result. Applying the formula could also be a good help. Okay, so let us now solve for the following questions. So, we will get the sum of the number of pink, yellow, and purple card. So, para malaman natin kung ilan yung trials na ginawa, ang gagawin lang natin is i-add lang natin yung mga frequencies, diba? So, we have 15 plus 10 plus 5, and we will get 30. So, ibig sabihin, 30 times ginawa yung experiment na ito. Then, yung number 2 naman, ito yung answer. The pink card was picked 15 times as recorded in the table, diba? Then, for the third question, so, ano daw yung experimental probability na yung purple card was picked? So, we will get the ratio between the number of times a purple card was picked over the total number of trials. So, since 5 times nakuha yung purple card, so yung ating magiging numerator. Then, yung ating denominator will be yung number of trials, diba? Which is 30. So, 5 over 30, then, reduce it to lowest term, so we will get 1/6. So, a purple card was picked 5 times out of 30 trials, or 1/6. So, this is the experimental probability of getting or picking a purple card. Okay, so for the last step, which is to check, So, appropriate application of pattern or formula in getting the experimental probability will make our answer correct. So, pag tama yung pagkakagamit mo dun sa formula, syempre, tama yung inyong makukuhang sagot. So, you can also use working backwards para ma-check mo kung tama ba yung iyong final answer. Okay, so let's do our first task. So, ito yung situation sa task natin. Randy, Manny, and Jan put 3 A's, 4 B's, and 5 C's in the box. They will take turns in getting a letter from the box. They are trying to test the probability of getting their favorite letter. So, ito yung mga favorite letters nila Randy, Manny, and Jan. So, si Randy ay ang kanyang favorite letter. Si Manny naman is B, and si Jan naman ay C. So, what is the probability of getting each boy's favorite letter? So, let's start with Randy. So, ang favorite letter niya is letter A. So, para makuha natin yung probability na letter A yung kanyang makukuha, so we will get the ratio between the favorable outcomes over the total possible outcomes. So, since tatlo yung A na nakalagay sa bag, then yung lahat ng letters na nasa loob ng bag is 12. So, ang magiging ratio nila is 3/12. Then, reduce natin sa lowest term, we will get 1/4, diba? So, ang probability na makukuha ni Randy yung kanyang favorite letter is 1/4. Then, next si Manny, ang favorite letter niya is B. So, again, same din yung formula, favorable outcomes over total possible outcomes. So, yung favorable outcomes na makukuha niya yung letter P is 4 out of 12. Therefore, ang probability na makuha ni Manny yung kanyang favorite letter na B is 1/3. Then, next si Jan, ang favorite letter niya is C. So, same formula. So, ang favorable outcomes na C is 5. Kasi 5 nandun sa loob ng bag. Then, yung total possible outcomes ay 12. So, 5/12 yung probability na makuha ni Jan ay letter C. So, if you are next to Jan to pick up a letter and your favorite letter is A, what is the probability of getting your favorite letter? So yung probability na makuha ko is letter A is, again, using the formula favorable outcomes over total possible outcomes. So, kukunin lang natin, ilan ba yung A na nandun sa bag? So, 3. Then, ilan yung total possible outcomes? That is 12. So, again, ang probability na ang makukuha ko is letter A is 1/4. Favorite letter. So, the answer is Randy. Randy is most unlikely to get his favorite letter, and it has only a 25% chance of getting his favorite letter. Kasi dun sa mga letters na nakalagay sa bag, yung letter A lang yung may pinakamababa yung frequency. Kaya si Randy, since A yung kanyang favorite, yun yung siya yung mas unlikely na makukuha yung kanyang favorite letter. Okay, so let's proceed on task 2. Alphabet cards of the same size and shape were put in a bag. 3 cards have letter M, 4 cards have letter A, 2 cards have letter T, and 1 card has letter H. So, what is the total number of possible outcomes? So, ang gagawin lang natin, i-add lang natin yung mga frequencies. So, we have 3 plus 4, that is 7, plus 2, that is 9, plus 1, so we have 10. So, the total number of possible outcomes is 10. Question number 2, what is the probability of picking a card with letter M? So, ilan yung M doon sa bag? So, we have 3. So, 3 out of 10. So, the probability of picking a card with letter M is 3/10. So, what is the probability of picking card with letter A? So, ilan yung A doon sa bag? We have 4. 4 A's, diba? So, there is a probability na yung letter A or yung hard letter A ang makukuha, that is 4 over 10. Then, i-reduce natin sa lowest term, we will get 2/5. So, 2/5 yung probability of picking a card with letter A. So, what is the probability of picking a card with letter T? So, ilan yung T? So, we have 2 cards over 10. So, 2/10, i-reduce natin sa lowest term, we will get 1/5. What is the probability of picking a card with letter H? So, yung number ng H doon sa bag is only 1, diba? So, we have the favorable outcomes na makukuha natin yung H ng 1 time out of 10 cards. So, 1 over 10 is the probability of picking a card with letter H. Next question, what is the probability of picking a card with a vowel? So, ano-ano ba yung mga vowel letters? Diba yung A, E, I, O, U? So, dun sa mga letters, yung A lang yung vowel. So, therefore, ang probability na makakuha tayo ng card na vowel is 4. Kasi 4 yung letter A. So, 4 over 10, and that is, pag nireduce natin sa lowest term, we will get 2/5. So, the probability of picking a card with a vowel is 2 over 5. So, what is the probability of picking a card with a consonant? So, yung mga consonant letters dito is R, yung M, yung T, tsaka yung H. So, therefore, pag pinagsama-sama natin yung mga frequencies or yung number ng cards ng mga consonant, so we will get 6. So, 6 out of 10, and reduce sa lowest term, that is 3 over 5. So, the probability of picking a card with a consonant is 3 over 5. What is the probability of picking a card with M or T? So, ang gagawin lang natin, pagsasamahin lang natin yung mga frequencies ng letter M tsaka ng letter T. So, yung M ay 3, tapos yung letter T ay 2. So, 3 plus 2, that is 5. So, ang total number ng possible outcomes ay 10. So, 5 over 10. So, the probability of picking a card with M or T is 1/2. So, what is the probability of picking a card with letter J? So, dun sa mga set of letters, wala namang letter J. So, therefore, ang probability na makakuha tayo ng letter J is 0. What is the probability of picking a card with letter T or H? So, again, pagsasamahin natin yung number ng cards na letter T at H. So, yung letter T ay 2 at yung H naman ay 1. So, therefore, we will get 3 over 10. And the probability of picking a card with letter T or H is 3 over 10. So, what is the probability of picking a card with letter A or T? So, yung letter A natin ay 4 cards. Yung T naman natin ay 2. So, pagsamahin natin 4 plus 2, so we will get 6 out of 10, and that is 3/5. So, the probability of picking a card with letter A or T is 3/5. Okay, so let's have another experiment. A card was drawn 15 times from a deck of 26 letter cards from A to Z. The table below shows the table of outcomes from the experiment. So, ito yung resulta ng ng ginawang experiment. What is the experimental probability that a consonant is drawn? So, ano yung experimental probability na ang nakuha is yung consonant? So, ano ba yung mga consonant letters? So, ito yung mga tanggalin mo lang yung A, E, I, O, U. Yun yung mga natirang letters, yun yung consonant. So, ang bilang ng consonant dito ay 11 out of 15. Kasi 15 times nag-draw. So, 11 over 15. So, the experimental probability that a consonant is drawn is 11 over 15. What is the experimental probability that a vowel is drawn? So, yung natirang letters, yung mga vowel dyan, yung A, E, I, O, U. So, kung 11 yung consonant, therefore 4 yung natirang or yung mapipick na vowel letter. So, 4 out of 15. So, the probability or the experimental probability that a vowel is drawn is 4 over 15. Then, what is the experimental probability that the letter drawn is repeated? So, ano daw yung probability na yung mga letter ay naulit? So, yung mga letters na naulit dito ay K tsaka letter T. So, pagsamahin natin yon, we will get 4 out of 15 na times ng pagda-draw. So, 4 over 15 is the experimental probability that the letter drawn is repeated. So, what is the experimental probability that the letter drawn is X? So, dito sa resulta, wala naman tayong nakitang X. Therefore, ang probability na makukuha natin ay X is 0. What is the experimental probability that a letter drawn is K? So, ang ating nakuhang K is 2. Therefore, 2 over 15. So, that is the experimental probability that a letter K is drawn. So, let's have this another activity. A spinner numbered 1 to 8 is spun. What is the probability of spinning? So, spinning an odd number. So, yung mga numbers dito sa ating spinner ay 1 to 8, diba? So, ano yung probability na mag-stop siya sa odd number or mag-spin siya sa mag-stop siya sa odd number. So, yung mga odd numbers dito sa ating spinner ay 1, 3, 5, 7. So, therefore, ang makukuha nating odd number ay 4 out of 8 numbers. So, may 4 na odd numbers tayong possible na makukuha. And that is also equivalent to 1/2. So, the probability of spinning an odd number is 1/2. The next, what is the probability of spinning a factor of 9? So, pag sinabing factors of 9, so ito yung mga numbers na pag pinag-multiply natin, 9 ang magiging sagot. So, yung pag nilista natin yung mga factors ng 9, so we will only get 1 and 3 lang. So, therefore, meron tayong probability na 2 over 8 or 1/4. So, the probability of spinning a factor of 9 is 1/4. Then, next, what is the probability of spinning a multiple of 2? Pag sinabi mong multiple of 2, ito yung pag minultiply mo sa 2, bawa 2 times 2, 4 multiple siya ng 2. 2 times 3, 6 multiples ng 2. Therefore, ang mga multiples dito ng 2 dito sa ating spinner ay yung 2, 4, 6 at 8. Diba? Multiples yan ng 2. Therefore, ang probability of spinning a multiple of 2 ay 4 over 8 or 1/2. Next, what is the probability of spinning a composite number? So, pag sinabing composite number, ito yung may dalawa o higit pang factors. So, dito sa ating spinner, ang mga composite numbers dito ay 4, 6, and 8. Diba? So, kasi may dalawa o higit pang factors tong 4, 6, tsaka 8. Therefore, ang probability na mag-spin sa composite number is 3 over 8. Next, what is the probability of spinning a factor 18? So, yun yung sagot ay 18. Pag nilista natin yung mga factors ng 18, ito yung makukuha natin. 1, 2, 3, and 6. So, therefore, mayroong 4 over 8 or 1/2 na probability of spinning a factor 18. Next, what is the probability of spinning smallest even number? So, ang pinakamaliit na even number dito is 2. Diba? Siya yung pinakamaliit. Therefore, there is only 1/8 probability of spinning the smallest even number. So, what is the probability of spinning a multiple of 10? So, pag ginaming multiple of 10, ito yung mga pinag-multiply mo sa 10. Bawa, 10, 20, 30, 40, yun yung mga multiples of 10. And dito naman, wala tayong nakikitang multiples of 10, therefore, 0. Okay? Next, what is the probability of spinning the greatest common factor of 24 and 32. So, ang GCF ng 24 and 32 ay 8. Therefore, isa lang yung makikita natin or makukuha nating 8. Therefore, 1 out of 8 or 1/8 is the probability of spinning the GCF of 24 and 32. Last number, what is the probability of spinning 10? So, pareho siya ng multiple of 10. Dito sa ating spinner, wala namang 10. So, therefore, 0 ang probability na mag-spin sa 10. Or lalabas ay 10.
Thanks for watching this video. Hit like if you learned something from this video and don't forget to subscribe on this channel. Thank you so much.